it's time to do our guided meditation for a healed America. Let me know how you're doing and we'll get started. I need to plug in. Hang on. Okay. Wait a few minutes for people to show up. Time to get quiet. It's time to still our harried minds. Let's bring in the angel. It's time to hold the space for peace. It's time to hold the space for love to prevail and to heal. And it's a really powerful, powerful day. Let's ring a bell. Bring in the peacefulness. And so what we do on Thursday nights is we chat, and then about 15 minutes in we start. Actually, right at 15 minutes we start. So thank you for being here. It's way more powerful than we know to come together and visualize and hold the space. I even was watching a metaphysical program, a little bit of a metaphysical program today. And it literally is true. If you have a space where you live that you can designate as your meditation, maybe prayer, if you're a prayer, if you have a place where you live that you can designate as this is where that meditation happens, it will take on a certain vibration. So maybe consider that if you can. If you can find a space where you live that you can set that little, it doesn't have to be big at all, just a little space, and it's your meditation corner, your meditation spot, that area will take on a certain energy, and it will be a peaceful energy, and you'll feel it. You'll be able to notice it, and other people will notice it too when they come into your home. I know I've been in the homes of people like that are from India that have a little shrine set up, and you really can feel the energy is different, is more palpably still. So let's all just make sure we have that in our lives, that we have a quiet space. Do you guys have a quiet space? So we can go there every day. And you know that we have the declarations that we're saying at noon Eastern time every single day. And Roberta has a space like that. So it's really nice too, because when you're in that space and you're meditating, when you're away from that space, your mind kind of remembers what it's like to be there, you know, which is the beauty of a meditation practice too. Your mind kind of remembers that state, being in that state. If you'd like to receive the declarations, please email me at annetteDion7@gmail.com. I just copy and paste them and send them out to you. So every single day at 12 noon Eastern time, adjust to your time zone. We are all doing this together on our own. We don't meet in a Zoom room or anything like that. So, and what we're declaring is we're actually envisioning and intending our country becomes a democracy again, because right now it isn't really. Right now that democracy is being tested, but we can't call it like a working democracy at the present time, but we can affirm that it we're holding the space for it to be back to that. So today there was a lot of a raising awareness of these people are just lying and lying and lying and lying as if we're going to believe their lies. Well, I think that what they're doing is they're banking on people that are in the cult to believe the lies. So please hit the thumbs up while you're here. It helps the channel. You see him now? Who are you looking for? Are you looking for Bob the Bunny? So what we're seeing with this criminal mob administration that's illegitimately in our White House, and that is the truth. have you noticed that that's all they're doing is lying? And I always think of Navalny, who said that about Putin. He never stops lying. They're lying until you hear it so many times. This is a Nazi, it was a Nazi approach, right? Until you say it, until you hear it so many times that you start to believe it. That's what they're attempting to do. And if you were brought up with any kind of religion, like I know in Catholicism, they call Satan the father of lies. So, are you looking for Bob the Bunny? He's right here. We're not doing the bunny hop today. We're meditating right now. I mean, I did that earlier tonight. How could you miss him? So just know that this is real evil. This is real evil. We can't call it anything else because we gotta call it what it is. And how do we fight evil? With love. And how do we make sure we can stay in a space of love? Well, when the people in the cult make you angry, you don't let it get really in to the point that it ruins you. That's really important. I mentioned earlier in my earlier video, the pop-up, I mentioned that you might at times feel yourself being really sad or really agitated, you know, really upset, on edge. And if you do find yourself in those states, we're only human, right? That's going to happen. When we find ourselves in those states where it's just like a short fuse, and like I just noticed it today that it was out in the collective. Keep in mind, there are people losing their jobs that don't know, I mean, jobs that they worked really hard at and were really loyal and dedicated to. And what they get in return is to be fired. And what's happening to our military? How dare he? How dare he take money from our veterans when he missed Mr. Bone Spurs? So there's so many things, there's just too many to list. You probably couldn't think of them all, that bring a sense of absolute fury, righteous anger. And that is going to come up, and we have to kind of expect that. We have a job to do, and the job that we have to do is to save our country from authoritarianism, and the anger is definitely useful. If you get an opportunity, I want you to check out a couple of things. One is Letitia James. I did post it on my community page. You have to listen to the speech she gave. And another is the No Fear tour is happening right now. And of course, you know about the anti-oligarchy tour. What are they calling it? Fight the Oligarchy, I think they're calling that. AOC and Bernie. I was watching something last night. It was Rick Steves, something about the history in Germany, some kind of a protest that happened. I just remember that the people got their power back when they shouted, "We are the people!" And somebody else said, during the No Fear, that's Jim Acosta and Michael Cohen and a bunch of other people are doing a No Fear tour. They were in New York City last night, and one of the speakers said, the paralysis is a tactic that fascism uses to get you to be like, I don't know what to do, like deer in the headlights tactic. There's that the MAGAs do. And also I heard the line from one of the women at the No Fear, on the stage of the No Fear tour, turn your fear and outrage into action. So we know Jim Acosta was accosted verbally by Dumpy back at the start of COVID, I think it was. Was he the one that said, what do you say to people that are afraid, when COVID was happening? And he just went, I said, you're a terrible reporter. So, I mean, it's crazy. But Jim Acosta's turning his his outrage into action. So let's turn our outrage. Oh, it was Peter Alexander. Thank you. I know, I was wondering if I had that right. Thank you for correcting me, because it's happened so many times. If the orange buffoon doesn't like what somebody is saying, he just, like a question that they ask, he just goes after them. And now he's going after Jerome Powell because he doesn't like what he's saying about the economy. It's just like 2 + 2 = 4. You start a stupid tariff war, and it's Powell's job to say, yeah, the felon did try to take away Jim Acosta's press pass. I mean, it's the guy's job to tell us what's going on with the economy. And so he tells us what's going on with the economy, and Dumpy's like, we need to fire him. So anybody he doesn't want to hear the truth from, he just turns them into the enemy. And it's just every time. It's every single person, every single time. That has a shelf life, I promise you. It has a shelf life. So we are going to get quiet and meditate in a couple of minutes. The community page is, if you're on my channel at Psychic Annette Dion like you are now, this video that we're recording right now will be under the lives. They have different categories. It says videos, it says lives, it says community posts. It's called, yeah, it's posts. Thank you, Michael. I don't know why I call it my community page. That might be left over from Facebook terminology. So posts, it's under posts. Thanks for asking. Okay? And my songs I just posted there too, under the posts. Okay? All right. So, before we go into our meditation at exactly the 15-minute point, so that you can go back and cue it up to the 15-minute point to do it again and again and again, to do this meditation again and again. Let's just pray that my Wi-Fi doesn't go down while my eyes are closed. I'll just keep peeking. I think we're good. And before we go into the meditation, as many of you know, whether you were brought up with religion or actually Passover is happening right now, so we're in a very powerful energy right now. There are like 1 billion+ people around the world that are celebrating Holy Week or Passover, and it is the sun goes into Taurus tomorrow. There's a lot going on energetically, astrologically. So I do these 4 days that are known in the Christian calendar as Holy Week, and so that starts tonight at 8 p.m. So half an hour after we finish up the meditation, I'm going to go right downstairs to where the piano is, and at 8 p.m., so half an hour from when we finish, I'll be live, and there'll be spiritual messages, and they will be based on the Christian story of Christ, but there's a universal wisdom to these stories, and I'm doing the 4 days, okay? So, somebody's talking about when Jerome Powell he can't fire Powell, but his term is up in about a year, but with this administration, he'll try anything. Laws and guidelines don't apply to this. I mean, the point that Dumpy is making is there no laws, no guidelines. He's just a chaos agent. So make sure you're in a comfortable spot where you won't be interrupted. And we're in the countdown. We're in the last minute. Okay, so make sure your pets are all set and no one's going to disturb you. And we'll go ahead and we'll meditate. And I will peek just to make sure my Wi-Fi didn't drop out. Okay. You have a second to text somebody and tell them to come meditate. Ready? 15 seconds. 13, 12, 11. So you can start by taking a deep breath in and holding it, and a longer breath out just to get prepped. 3, 2, 1. Let us begin. Take a long, slow, deep breath in and hold it. Followed by a longer exhalation. Allow your body to relax. Give yourself permission to have this time to just simply be still. Deep breath in and hold it as long as you can. And a longer breath out. And once again, a deep breath in and hold it. And a longer breath out. And bring your attention to your toes and feel relaxation in your toes and the soles of your feet. Keep the breathing slow. Relax the tops of your feet. Bring your attention to your ankles and calves and feel them relax and let go of all tension. Feel your knees relax and your thighs. Give your body permission to let go of the day, to let go of all stress and anxiety and tension. So your knees and thighs are relaxed, and now relax the buttocks and hips and lower abdomen. Give yourself permission to be peaceful. Now focus on your tailbone and moving up vertebrae by vertebrae. Feel your spine relaxing, one vertebrae at a time. All the way up to the base of the skull. Releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Feel your stomach and waist area relax. The diaphragm that moves your rib cage up and down. Relaxed. The back is completely relaxed now. Release all tension from the shoulders and the chest and the rib cage and the lungs and the heart. Feel your heartbeat slowing down. Your shoulders are heavy. The relaxation moves down into your arms and elbows and wrists and hands and fingers. Give yourself total permission to totally relax, remaining alert. Bring that relaxation to your neck and throat. Feel the jaw relaxing. Relax your tongue. All the muscles in your face, let go, release. All tension from the skull. Even feel your brain relax. And now do a mental scan of your body, and wherever you still feel tension, bring your focus there and allow it to relax. And just keep your focus on the gentle sensation of the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. And affirm the following. It is good that I am here. I feel a sense of belonging, and I feel a sense of gratitude for being here in this life during this time in history. I am honored to be here. Now relax your focus. And imagine yourself, visualize yourself in a spot in nature. It could be imaginary or a place that you know. Walking down a path. And as you're walking down this beautiful natural path, this place in nature, see yourself, feel yourself pondering this life that you are in, this time that we are in, and all the confusion that we've been in. See yourself, visualize yourself walking down a path in nature or out in an open area. And you notice that you're thinking about everything that's been going on and resisting it and being angry about it, righteous anger coming up, feeling depressed and sad and out of control. You're walking in nature and you're just going over these things in your mind. And you come upon an area where there's a big giant circle and there's nobody there, but you feel guided to go to the center of the circle. And in the center of that circle you now stand. And you imagine yourself, you see yourself now with figures forming, coming into view of people in history who have been where you feel now. And so much turmoil and confusion with what's going on. Imagine yourself, you don't have to know who these people are. Some you will. Just imagine yourself in the center of that circle, and there are people coming into view, surrounding you throughout history. Maybe some are famous, some you know, many you don't know. But what you intuitively feel is that these people have all been through confusion and chaos and fear and turmoil and feeling powerless and out of control. They've all been there. They were there during their lifetimes. And you feel yourself, you see yourself in the center of the circle, and they're looking at you with love. Feel them looking at you with love. Some are nodding their heads. They really get it. They really understand the emotions that you've been going through as you have been watching America seem to fall apart before your very eyes. And they know what turmoil you've been in. They know how difficult this has been. So many of them have been through worse. And every single person here who's shown up in the circle is sending you a feeling that you'll make it through victorious. That you are the bringer of light as they were. You are chosen as a courageous, brave person to stand up for what needs to be stood up for, as they all did. And now imagine, as you're standing there, each one of these brave people in our history who understands and knows what we are going through presently is standing there with their palms facing you. And you feel the vibration of love and support and reassurance and faith and confidence and trusting, and feel their strong sense as they're standing around you with their palms facing you, the strong sense that they have complete faith in you to be able to turn this country back around onto its feet, leading with love and caring and compassion and kindness, which are the most strong qualities imaginable. They're sending you support and love. The energy is coming from their palms to you. They're literally empowering you with their energy infusion. You're receiving transmissions of energy, of support and strength and faith and confidence, high self-esteem, and a very strong sense of wanting to be with others united. A very strong desire to be united with others, fighting together for this generation, for everybody here in America and on the planet, for all future generations, for the children. These people in history who have gone through so much in their lifetimes are sending you, energetically giving you the support needed. And you're receiving this transmission of energy. You might feel a sensation like tingling. And above your head, about 10 feet above your head, there's a bright light like a sun that appears and is shining down upon you. And you feel it's a very holy light entering into your crown, filling your entire body. And all these people that have shown up, heroes in our history, they're all lit up too, and everybody's just exuding light. And now imagine a whole entire bubble of light, and you all being lifted up into this bubble of light. They're still sending you positive energy of support and love and can do. And winning our democracy back to be so strong and so powerful. And this bubble of light that you all are now is rising up into the stratosphere, floating around like a bubble. You're all there. And now imagine the rays of light are shining down upon the United States, going into all our government buildings, shining shards of light into the most important government buildings, to the White House and into the Capitol and into the Pentagon, all government offices. And the bubble starts floating down towards the earth again. And you may intentionally send light to wherever you feel needed, just by directing your attention there. And with the help of our ancestors, those who have gone before us, including our founding fathers, and all past presidents who have worked tirelessly to uphold this democracy, They've all been here with you, even the ones that are now still alive. And now imagine that all the people that have joined you in this circle are reaching out to you, pulling you to the circumference of the circle with them, and you're all holding hands. And in the center of the circle, you're still in a bubble. In the center of the circle, you are all looking at a vision of the United States of America, purged of this darkness and evil, and filled with light and beauty. Once again, being a beacon for a working democracy, battered and bruised for a time, but restored. Now restored. And that bubble floats down now into the area where you found the circle. And all those who are with you are smiling and they're thanking you. Some are bowing to you. They're so grateful that you are here. And you have a sense that they're telling you that they'll stay with you throughout this fight to win our democracy back. You are never alone. And now imagine yourself with everything now faded, turning back, walking along that pathway, back into the room, back into your body. Feel your body quiet, peaceful, reassured, excited, and empowered. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and a longer breath out. If you wish to continue this meditation, go ahead and continue. Otherwise, I'll count up from 5 to 1 and we'll end. 5, 4, the power of the meditation continues long after it's finished. 3, 2, and 1. If you're ready, you can open your eyes and end the meditation.